A stranger offered to let me stay with him when I was homeless, then made my life a living hell. When I was 19 years old, I got kicked out of my house by my parents. I got caught being baked, and that was enough for my super religious parents to kick their own daughter out. I wandered the streets aimlessly for a few weeks, reaching out to friends for a helping hand. However, every single friend turned me down. Literally everyone. A few weeks into being homeless, I made acquaintances with a man. I would roam around the same general area, and he worked close to it, and would stop at a grocery store near which I was parked every day. He gave me food every time I saw him, and soon enough he asked me a bit about myself. I opened myself up hesitantly. He asked me if I wanted to go to the nearby cafe so he could buy me some hot food. I agreed immediately. At the cafe, he propositioned to me that I come stay at his place. He told me he was recently divorced and had no kids. I hesitated a lot, and told him to give me a few days to think it over. After a few more days, I realized I needed help and shelter, and he may be the only way to get it. Even though this man looked 30 years older than me, he had a comforting vibe. I saw him near the grocery store a few days later and told him I would accept his offer. Then I moved in a few days later. The first few weeks were okay, and I was thanking my lucky stars every day. Until one fatal night, he got intoxicated while I was asleep, and decided to rope me. He was bigger and stronger, and there was nothing I could do. He quickly realized this, and began roping me daily. He paid for my food and helped me look for jobs, and the only thing he would ask in return is intimacy. I gave in, time and time again, recognizing this as rope, but being too desperate and trying to cling onto life, I let him do it. Eventually, I had landed a job, and started paying for all my own food and offering to pay rent if we did not have intimacy anymore. He was angry by this, so he started to lay hands on me, and continued to rope me. I quietly started apartment hunting while he slept, and after suffering through over a year and a half of this man doing things to me, I quietly left in the night to a new apartment. With no note, no letter, just up and left.